Hey folks, Twisted Christian here. Today I want to bring you guys some prophecies and talk a little bit about these prophecies concerning the Bitcoin crash, right? And the crypto winter. But before we get into that, I have to let you guys know that I am not a financial advisor. And if you guys like these videos that I make, the Patreon and the support links are down below in the description. I have some prophecies about the Bitcoin crash and about when crypto winter is going to start. All right, so I have Christopher Harris, who the prophecy concerning ETN, right? That's why a lot of you are buying the ETN. And also, he's been prophesying about the Bitcoin crash. And he's been saying that it's going to go to zero. And then I also have some prophecies from Fireside Grace Ministries with Robin and Brandy Cunningham. And Robin speaks about some different things about the crash, and both of them say about how well Bitcoin will do later on down the road. But this is what we are looking for. We are looking for some type of timeline that gives us about when this is going to happen and why. So when we see these things happening, we can prepare ourselves in various different ways. As we talk about Bitcoin flash crashes or Bitcoin crashes or the crypto market crashes, there's a lot of different things different causes that could cause Bitcoin to crash, which is going to take a lot of the market with it, but just things overall that's going to affect the crypto markets. So some of those things are like regulations. We all know about regulations. They've been coming. And I know that at some point, we're going to see some regulations, and then there might be some other countries that follow suit, right? Then we talk about the market manipulation with the flash crashes, the ones that happen on Coinbase or Binance. Those are all manipulation. Then, which has been mentioned, the Bitcoin, the blockchain not being as secure as we think it is. Then we have the whole Bitcoin trial thing going on in Florida where people are claiming to be the creator of Bitcoin. So people have said if they ever found out who actually created Bitcoin, that there would be some type of crash, right? And then whenever regulations happens, there could be a whole lot of other hosts of things that could beat down the price of the cryptocurrency markets, right? It's just because we come out with regulations and then other countries come out with regulations after us because they're mimicking us. And you have these Bitcoin hacks and flash crashes. There's a lot of things that could really put us into a crypto winter. All right, so the first video is by Dan Pena. He is a financial guru guy, and he's been interviewed tons of times, all over television. I guess he's like, I don't know if he's a millionaire or a billionaire, but a lot of people do pay attention to him. But I want you to hear what he says. And this just goes along with finding out who really created Bitcoin.
But we have no investments. Everything's cash. None.
Why no Bitcoins and why no cryptocurrency?
Well, Bitcoins, I called the top of the market in December 2017 when it was $19,600. I said, if you have Bitcoin, sell half, keep half. This is the top. Nobody listened to me. If you knew who was really behind Bitcoin, you would run as fast as you could to sell it. I know. 100%. If you knew who owned Bitcoin or who started Bitcoin, and you had Bitcoin, you couldn't sleep at night. I know. 100%. And when the real founder of Bitcoin comes out, it is my humble opinion, and there's nothing humble about me, Bitcoin will go to zero. In a microsecond, whoop, like that.
Then last question.
And, as I said, you know who's behind Bitcoin? Putin. It's a Ruski conspiracy to fuck up the American economy and the world. It's a long-range plan he started 7-8 years ago. He's going to see the demise of the Western financial world while he's still the head of Russia. He's going to be there long enough.
Okay, so you heard Dan Pena. Whether Putin is the creator or not, or any of that is true. But there are some other people that have claimed other people, or people have stepped forward claiming that they were the creators of Bitcoin. This is say for a moment that it was Putin, right? Would you, knowing that you have $100,000 in Bitcoin, would you feel safe knowing he's the one who created it? Would you feel safe? But I think dealing with Russia, you always also have to deal with China, because they both are in together with cahoots in about as far as taking down the world. Even if it's not him, right? What if it's somebody else that could actually bring the markets down, right? What if it was a government agency? So that's just an example of something that could affect the price of Bitcoin. It may not bring it all the way down to zero. He seems to think it will. I don't think that it would, but it could be something that could be added on top of maybe regulations, right? Because with regulations coming, it's going to expose a lot of people as far as they have to report their cryptocurrency, their Bitcoins and stuff like that. Now, what I'm going to do, because we're going to get into this whole thing with this Bitcoin crash, and we're going to find out approximately around when it's going to happen and why it's going to happen. This is Christopher Harris, Jesus is Lord YouTube, so this will be down below in the description. So we're going to go ahead and play some of his words so we can figure this out, so we can position ourselves.
So on the 6th of May 2020, I saw Bitcoin in a dream drop from 9.2K to 5,000 to 2,000 to 200 to $0. Then the scene changed and Bitcoin was back at 9,200, and I was shocked in the dream. So that's a flash crash. That's like someone taking a very large amount of Bitcoin and selling it on all the exchanges to bring the price down to almost nothing. So in this dream I did see zero. So I don't know if it will go to exactly zero. Zero might be like representing 0.000, like it basically zero. It could be effectively zero or it could be actually zero. I don't really know, but extremely low price. And that one was a temporary thing. That was a flash crash because it went back up to 9.2K in that dream. And there's other Christians who've had dreams confirming about Bitcoin making some very big flash crashes. So on the 13th of April 2020, I saw Bitcoin at 2,000. The price was dropping quickly. And then I saw the Bitcoin price at $0.002. That is very low. That is 2% of a cent. So that is very low. I heard a voice talking about this happening due to a China hack. So I mentioned that before. That was the dream. On the 21st of March 2020, I saw on Blockfolio, that phone app, Bitcoin was at $800, and I checked again and it was at 200. Then it said NA, like N/A. And then again, I checked again and it was 400 to 600, and then it was bouncing around under $1,000. So NA usually means not available, not accessible, something like that. Okay, and this is the main dream where I saw about the crypto winter. On the 28th of January 2020, I saw Bitcoin was at 9,100. Then it dropped sharply and the price was at 2,600. Then there was a scene change and I saw the Bitcoin price was extremely low. It was less than $1. It was in the 0 point something. I don't know how many zeros there were. And the other coins were very low also. Then I saw a list of coins with Bitcoin at the top, but it wasn't regular Bitcoin. It was like wrapped in plastic or something. And then I heard a voice saying, "This one will be more useful to you sooner." And I said, "Oh, is that Bitcoin SV?" I don't know if it's Bitcoin SV. I know that that's one of the offshoots of Bitcoin. There are some other ones. But what that dream does show is a period of basically crypto winter. Like all the coins are extremely cheap. And I believe that's because Bitcoin will crash so badly and that there will be such bad news about it that the whole market will just get pummeled, and to the point where coins will be dirt cheap. So if you know about that in advance, you know that that's the prime time for reinvestment, really. Okay, and everything I tell you here is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing my dreams with you that I've received, that I believe are from God, and that is up to you what you do with them and the information. And I suggest that you take them to prayer and seek the Lord regarding what you do with anything to do with your investments. Okay, on the 2nd of June.
Okay, so this is what Christopher is saying. Basically, there was a lot of volatility that were in the markets. All right, when it comes to Bitcoin, and a lot of people were selling off, and that there were some big flash crashes, and that we're heading into a crypto winter where a lot of these coins were cheap, and you're just seeing Bitcoin just going up and down, 200, 9,000, 500, and some other people have stated in some of their dreams or visions they saw Bitcoin doing that. And that not only that it had to do with a China hack. So that's pretty big, because you're going to hear some other prophecies concerning that. The thing about it is that what we're looking for is when is this going to happen, and what are the signs and signals that this is going to happen. So I'm going to play a few prophecies really quickly from Fireside Grace Ministries, Robin Cunningham. And you're going to see that it's not just with crypto. All right, so this prophecy from August the 13th, and this is going to be giving us more of a clue, kind of what to look forward to down the road.
The Lord said this today. He said they thought that blockchain was unbreachable, that they were secure and safe. However, the door has been opened, and the next target will be the tyrant, the HBTC. Instead of the HBIC, HBTC, the head Bitcoin in control, whatever, however you say that, billions of dollars will be frozen, transferred, or erased from existence. Not cool. Make sure your wallet's very secure is what I feel like the Lord's been saying. Okay, so what I want to tell you is the market is still going to do really well. I believe there's going to still be an uptick. It's going to go up for a while, but then it's going to drop again, okay, guys? And then there's going to be another pretty big uptick as well, and then a drastic drop. But these upticks are going to last a little bit longer than what they usually do, where it's like maybe a day or 2 days, but it's going to last a little bit longer than that. So be patient with what the Lord's doing, okay? And crypto is going to recover and bounce back relatively quickly. You're going to see XRP is going to go back up. It's going to be even stronger than it was. You're going to see Bitcoin. I'm hearing Bitcoin's going to go back up. Doge is going to go back up.
Okay, so he talks about the Bitcoin blockchain not being secure and that it's going to be hacked. So we have a prophecy from Christopher. He talks about a hack, and so does Robin talk about this hack too as well. So our blockchain is not as secure as we all thought it was, and this could cause some major heavy issues for Bitcoin. Right? Doesn't necessarily mean for every single crypto, but if it affects Bitcoin, it's going to affect the rest of the markets.
Okay, so he's saying there's been coins that have been being used for trafficking and slavery, and the broken blockchains, they're going to be repaired.
He does talk about certain coins being used for doing very bad things, but he did say in here that the broken blockchain would be fixed. So that's a fix that's going to come. That's probably going to bring a lot of ease to the cryptocurrency markets. And he also brings up that there's going to be billions of dollars frozen, transferred, or erased. So that's pretty interesting. So we have issues with the blockchain, and then we have seizures and transfers and frozen accounts.